Hey everybody, welcome back to Buried Alive Gaming. This is City Skylines, episode 3, and we've just hit the Worthy Village, which you can see here. Reached a population of 750 people. Yeah, that's a lot. Um, the next milestone that we were working to in this video is Tiny Town that you can see here with the population of 1,200 people that'll unlock multiple things. But meanwhile, when we unlocked Worthy Village, we unlocked a few new things. We unlocked a new area, 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. We unlocked districts, policies, second loan, district specializations, some service policies, fire, police, some unique buildings, some specializations that go along with the districts, some new policies that go along with service policies, and these 2 new buildings coincide with the fire department and the police department. So first thing up to show you, according to this list here, is the new area we unlocked, which I don't think we need it yet, but click on this areas here and you can see the new areas you unlock. They will show, the outside connections and everything. I think I went over this, but area for building, the price for it, blah 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 blah. You got to build in more area. That's basically all. That's it. Shows you the resources that are available. That's it. It comes with a solid price. You don't have to pay extra like per month or week or anything. So that's those. We are not going to buy those yet because we have plenty of room to work with still. And then this next thing is districts. This button here is the districts button. So you can name your districts. So we will paint this district here just to show you on these tools here, small, medium, large to paint. Pick the large. We will paint this one, and then we will there is a way to rename them. You can right click, it'll delete districts and make new districts. Just to show you, right click does delete, left click does create. So we'll create the new district there. We'll make this district here kind of our commercial, and then we will make this one, and we will probably end up including all of these in the video up to here. That one, actually going to kind of delete a little bit of that and make it part of that, just like that. Want to kind of get these a little closer. Alright, so we have Broad Square, Grove District, Hillside District. So that kind of just separates your... Yeah, I know it's not accurate, but it separates your districts so you can enforce, mainly with industrial, different policies and things like that. Along with districts, we got forest and agriculture. And that's just generic industry. So that's just generic industry. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it right now. If you look at the info panel up here on the left, you can go to natural resources. You can see the natural resource here for fertile land, 42 hectares, I believe, is fertile land. So that means it is good for agriculture. And you can see, well, you can see this is forest. I don't see any oil right now. This is ore up here in the top right. But all we have is fertile land. So what we can do is go to districts, click on the specializations, go to, what was it? Fertile land, agriculture. Click on farming industry, select that, and click it, and you see that underneath change to a tractor. So that's farming industries. That will generate more money for the industries. You'll see them all change, and be those. So that's basically kind of districts. I don't really use them a whole lot because once you get going, you just have offices. Districts I see are mainly for just separating your residential, merchant, and industrial or office areas. But the specializations are all for natural resource collecting, which you need to zone industrial for, I believe. I do not think offices matter what kind of zone they are on. So we zone those as agricultural. The next thing that we have unlocked are policies. The policies are the check marks. We've unlocked power usage, water usage, and smoke detector distribution. I don't really mess with any of these because it increases cost but reduces consumption. I haven't messed around enough to see if it is worth it to reduce electricity consumption, but your buildings all cost extra per building. So I haven't messed around with that yet. It may be worth it. I am not sure. Let me know if it is something that is worth it. Like I said, I have not messed around with that yet. There is one or two services I definitely use, but not any of these three. Maybe something that is useful. I just don't know. So let me know. The second thing, well, not second, like third or fourth thing we've unlocked are the second loan. You go to loans. I've already taken out the first one just to boost my money a little bit. And now we have global credit and corporation on mine. I can take out a loan of $60,000. There is a payment plan. There is interest. But basically, if you're already making in the green down here, weekly cost $253. That'll bring me down to about $7. Imagine. Yeah, around that. And total cost is $66, but I get $60,000 instantly. For a new city, I would advise only taking the first loan is good. The second one I would only advise taking if you really need the money. Right now we're sitting at 37, so we don't need the loan right away. So I'm going to close out of that. And then the new services we got are fire department and police department. Start out with fire department. It may seem costly at first, but trust me, it helps increase land value and everything. It's very important to have fire and police services throughout, even if this green line, you see the green line here, doesn't go over to the left on my industrial area. But that's okay for now, but we will need to make sure that they have access to fire and police, or else they will not upgrade to a higher level. And the higher level they will upgrade and give you more money. So we'll put, let's see, we're trying to cover my residential area with this. So I'm going to destroy a few houses. So, well, those are getting destroyed. And then policing stretches a lot further. So I will put the policing, I'd still rather have it more on my residential areas. So I will put it, let's see. Let's put it over here. You want to avoid putting them on your main drags, because these main drags we will eventually have to delete. And delete all this area in here for a freeway to continue up through, so people have multiple off ramps and on ramps, because this will get congested very, very quickly. And other than that, we just unlocked some unique buildings, which you get this one here, cinema. It costs a certain amount of water and electricity a week. You have to do stuff to unlock them. But it has visitor capacity for tourists. You can look here at the other ones that are still in the dark. These ones are all unlocked here, but I don't have enough money for pretty much any of them. But you take the London Eye, for example. I need 2 airports in order to make one. that's very far down the line. So don't even really worry about these unique buildings until your city is thriving and huge. So the things right now I'd focus on is making sure they have enough electricity, which I need to work on, water, and education. Those are the three main staples of life in your city. So first thing before I hit it into play, I have enough money. I need more electricity. What I really want to save up for now is a coal power plant because it produces way more electricity than the windmill. Windmill costs 80 a week. This costs 560 a week. 6,000 for the windmill or wind turbine up front. That costs 19,000. So it costs more, but you produce over four times the amount of energy. So I would try and hold back, but I'm at my limit of 16 and 16. So I will put a windmill out of the way here. Just to hopefully curb back electricity usage until we can get some more money. Water, I'm still doing all right. I'm at 21 out of 30. 21,000 out of 30,000 and 21,000 out of 30,000. So I'm about 2/3 of the way there, about 67%. I lowered my budget in here to 50%, so you can raise it a little bit now if you want to, just so you don't have to later, but I'm going to keep it at the minimum until I have to raise it, just to save some money on operating costs. So at this point, we are going to forward it, and ×3 fast forward. And look at the symbols, they're all good on electricity. These buildings are all changing over to agriculture now. Orchard company, juice presses, and animal farm. And because we changed it, the buildings do get destroyed and rebuilt. So right now a lot of them don't have electricity. I'm hoping if I play it long enough on 3 times fast forward, I won't have to connect them manually. I'm hoping they will build in between and the electricity will flow. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be happening right now. So I'm going to put a little just electric over there so they stop complaining, can make me money. Now I'm going to look back at the demands. Low demand for industrial, which is good, but I need some more commercial and residential zones. So I have the money now to connect this road to that road. I'm going to change it to this feature. Build some roads in here. People aren't happy saying they need water. Alright, time to bump up my water. As you can see, it was in the yellow. I'll bump it up to 75, close enough, 75%. Close out of there. And then I need to zone it for residential. So I'm going to put in a bunch of open plots of land. I'm going to try and keep it on 3 times as fast as I can, just because I am in the green. I'm pulling in money. I'm slowly losing out. So I'm going to pause it real quick just to zone. Not really build any more roadways or infrastructure. But that right there should be enough to start pumping me back into, I'm at 146, start going back up. Yep, 157, 163, 171. I am now going back up into the green. I'm going to check on my progress to the next city. Well, the next milestone. I'm at 870 out of 1200. And now to get to the next milestone, you really need to just, the demand is low for everything, but you need to just start building stuff. Residential is going to get very in demand, so I'm just going to build residential areas all throughout here. And as you've noticed, I am going to have to find a new area for residential because I am getting crowded out. Let's put in some commercial. And let's put in some roads real quick for some industrial, because that will also go up once people move in due to the low education that I have. I never really go more than this for industrial, because by the time your industrial area grows, your people should be educated enough to need offices. So these are pretty low. So I'm going to pause it and check. Electricity is low. Consumption 22, production 24. I need to do something about that. Water, after raising the budget, I'm good. Trash, everyone in the green, no one complaining, good. Health, good. I could actually probably lower that. You see how it highlights my healthcare building? Back out, click on it. Patients, 9 out of 100. Ambulances in use, 0 out of 8. So I'm going to go to my budget panel here in healthcare to once again save just a little bit right now. I don't want to drop it too far. I'll change it to roughly 73, 75%. Exit out of that. That'll save me some money. Fire department. Don't really worry about hazard. I will eventually put one by the industrial zone because they need one over there to increase their land value and upgrade. But right now, that is good enough. Yeah, that's basically how I base it on. Same with crime rate. I mean, they have all the jail cells available. Crime rate's very low. It doesn't stretch all the way over to my industrial area, but that's fine. The big thing we have to worry about right now is education. 226 eligible for elementary school. When you click on them, it'll show you elementary school availability, high school availability once you have it unlocked, and university, which is college. It'll show you, when you click on this, this up here will show you all your different elementary schools combined for your combined eligibility and capacity. But 31 have graduated, 31%. I'm still below the capacity, so I don't know if I really want to build more elementary schools. It shows red over here. That is not how many students can go to school, though. That's just how many have graduated. It takes time for them to graduate. That's not an instant gratification kind of upgrade like parks or fire department. They don't instantly get happy there's one by them. They show that they're happy, but that will not come out of the red until they have graduated. So don't think like they're just in the red, you gotta place more. Just let it be in elementary. We don't need another one right now. We will soon. Just keep an eye on it, but we don't need one now. And now we went from in the hundreds to our weekly income of about, well, 1,600. Our population is very quickly growing up to the 1,200 point for tiny town. We're 1128 now. Our demand is pretty neutral for them, which means just let them run and balance themselves out for what they need. I saw a few water symbols pop up. Just gonna double check. They usually pop up when they're building new houses, but I just want to make sure that there's not a low production of water. All right, we have reached Tiny Town, 1,200 people. We have unlocked the next series of unlocks, and I will pick up the next video from there. But before I do that, because this happened before I hit the next milestone, I noticed, I'm going to pause it real quick, electricity was very high in demand. We now should have enough money to build a coal power plant. Put it right there. Connect from it. Connect from a power line into the blue. Just to be safe. It should work from over here too, but for right now I'm just going to be safe. Turn it back on ×3. There we go. 64 MW out of 24 MW. Megawatts, whatever. So there you have it. Our small city. We are at 1,200 people. We have a residential, our merchant area, commercial, whatever, and the industrial zone. And that's a pretty good start to a city. We don't have any major issues. Everyone seems to be covered by all of these. You want to constantly go through them, make sure there's enough electricity, water, garbage, healthcare, police, fire, education, which is, I think, the most important, along with, well, obviously electric and water. Those are easy to maintain. But other than that, education, garbage pickup, kind of. But mainly education, and we unlocked it for the next video, parks and plazas. That's one of the more important things to upgrading your entire village. Well, I hope you like this video, and stay tuned to the next one. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and leave any comments on how you can think, you know, what I'm missing. I know I missed something. Just let me know. Thanks. Bye, guys.